Hey guys, hope you're doing good. Just wanted to give you a real quick breakdown on the two loan scenarios that I sent over to you earlier today for the conventional 30-year fix. So following my cursor here, you can see in the first scenario, that one reflected the sales price of $535,000 with a 10% down payment. The down payment in this scenario would be $53,500 with a total loan amount of $481,500. Again, in this scenario, I'm quoting 4.25%, which is the interest rate today, and that should hold as long as the 10-year note continues to hold here. Again, 4.25% would be the interest rate today, which is what your principal and interest payments would be based off of. So the estimated APR is 4.634%. That's not what your monthly payment's based off of. The APR is basically the cost of getting the funds, the closing costs, everything like that, turned into an annual percentage rate. So we can touch base a little bit more on that later, but just wanted to kind of highlight some of the different things on the scenarios that I sent to you here, like the total monthly payment. Principal and interest payment in this scenario would be $2,368.69. The monthly mortgage insurance payment would be $220.69. So the mortgage insurance is based off of the loan amount, so it's just a percentage that's factored in to come up with the monthly amount. So property taxes, we're using these exact property taxes for the particular property you guys are looking at, and that breaks down monthly to $346.08. So the homeowner's insurance of $75 a month, I'm just estimating the annual homeowner's insurance premium at $900 a year. So that breaks down to $75 a month that would be included in the total monthly payment. So for this scenario, at $535,000, we'd be looking at a payment of $3,010.46. So moving into the closing cost section, there's no loan origination fee or loan discount fee in either one of these scenarios. So that's another way for a mortgage company to get paid, or the funds used to buy down the interest rate from like the 4.25 that I'm quoting here. So again, just kind of moving along here. Title insurance premium, that's based off of the loan amount, and both the title and escrow will be specified on your purchase and sale agreement. So right now I'm quoting $879 for the title insurance premium, and basically what title is, we'll pull a title report on the property, and it'll make us aware of any little things like easements, anything like that on the title report. Also make sure that there's no additional liens, anything like that need to be worried about. So basically, in this with this fee, you're getting a title insurance policy that's ensuring a clean title to when you take over the property. Escrow fee is basically covers the escrow or closing fee, and that's where we're going to send all the final loan documents to be signed at closing, and then they take care of notarizing all the final loan documents and wiring the funds to and from everybody's account. They also work with title at closing to get everything recorded with the county and transfer ownership. So moving down here, the wire fee of $30 basically is us just recouping the wire charge for wiring the loan proceeds to the escrow company. Appraisal fee, $535. That pretty standard for a conventional appraisal report in the market right now. $535 would be paid to the appraiser for generating the appraisal report. Credit report fee, we pulled a credit report to do pre-approval, and then just before closing we'll do what's called a credit refresh, where we just take another snapshot of your credit report. It doesn't give us credit scores, it doesn't post an inquiry on your credit report, anything like that. It's just a way for us to make sure that no new accounts have been opened, that your debt really hasn't changed since the amounts that we used to underwrite the file on. So tax service fee, flood, no fees charged there. So the $985 is basically how OnQ gets paid. So it's a $985 processing fee. Pretty standard to see that now in the market, processing fee or an application or an underwriting fee, that type of thing. You might even see that fee broken up between a few different places. So we just show it all in one line, $985. Estimated recording fee, that's basically covering the cost of recording everything with the county. So Right now I'm estimating it at $200. It'll probably be more like $180 to $185, but again, I try to overestimate a little bit just so that when we get towards closing, it's either exactly what I told you or a little bit less. So moving down to the prepaid items, basically the interim interest here is the cost of the money for the remainder of the month. So depending on what day of the month we close, we'll charge interest to get us through the end of the month, and then that'll get you into the normal billing cycle. So if it closed at the end of November, then your first payment would not be due till January 1st. So this basically covers the use of the money for the remainder of the month. And with mortgages, you always pay interest on the money that you've used, and you don't pay for the time that you're going to be there. You pay for the time that you've been there. So estimated property taxes, I always quote 6 months in my scenarios. We're kind of in the time frame where escrow might only have to collect 4 or 5 months, but I'd rather just leave it at 6 months. Again, just kind of overestimate, over prepare. And basically what that does is it pre-funds your escrow account, so then when your property taxes become due in April and October, there's enough in there for us just to pay that amount directly to the county. So as you're making your payments, the $346 is going to be set aside into your escrow account, and then when that bill becomes due, there will be enough in there just to cover that every 6 months. So basically pre-funding your escrow account. There will also be some reimbursement back to the seller for the property taxes that they've already paid. So 6 months basically kind of covers all of that. Homeowners insurance reserves, kind of the same as the property taxes. Will put reserves into the escrow account. So as you're making your payments throughout the year, when that premium becomes due the following year, there's enough in there just to pay that in full. So homeowners insurance is always paid annually. So, and you'll basically have about 11 payments between closing and when your next homeowners insurance premium is due. So it's just pre-funding that account to make sure there's enough in there, so when that bill becomes due the following year, there's enough in there, again, just to pay it in full. So, and like I said before, estimating the annual homeowners insurance premium at $900 a year. You'll let us know who you want to use for your homeowners insurance policy, and then we'll contact them once the appraisal is done and get the homeowners insurance binder request done, and then that'll give us the exact amount for your homeowners insurance. So the total of the prepaid items would be $3,967, and again, it'll depend on what day we close the transaction, and the interim interest will adjust accordingly. So down at the bottom, the settlement is just kind of totaling everything up. So down payment of $53,500, closing costs at $3,747, and then the prepaid items at $3,967. So in this scenario, the total closing costs, down payment and everything, would be $61,215. Now keep in mind too, when you make an offer on a property and your offer is accepted, then you'll do what's called an earnest money deposit, and your agent will go over that with you. But any earnest money that you deposit with escrow will be refunded, or will be credited towards the bottom line amount. So that'll come directly off the bottom line amount, reducing that amount due at closing. The second scenario here, basically the same as the first, just at $530,000. Down payment in this scenario would be $53,000. Total amount financed $477,000. Again at 4.25%. So big changes here are just the monthly principal and interest amount, and then the mortgage insurance amount, just because that's based off of the loan amount. So monthly payment in this scenario would be $2,986.26. Closing costs will be roughly the same. The only real adjustment would probably be to the title insurance. Escrow fees go in increments of like $25,000 or so probably won't put us into a different tier there. So again, just kind of going through the whole sheet here, you can see in this scenario, total due at closing would be $60,689. So that pretty much takes care of for the two scenarios that I sent you. As I mentioned on the phone the other day, I looked at what's called a single premium mortgage insurance option, which would be in this scenario here. What the single premium option is you're basically paying the mortgage insurance up front. So I looked at this option as well. Interest rate, the way this one works is we increase the interest rate and use a lender credit to cover the single premium insurance fee. So basically, in this one, all the closing costs, everything works the same. I just have this one at the $530,000 sales price. The total cost for the single premium mortgage insurance would be $7,966, which increases the closing cost to $11,695. But in this case, what we do again is increase the interest rate, and then at the bottom I do what's called the lender credit for the amount of the single premium option. So it keeps the closing costs, the total amount due at closing, the same, your down payment, at $60,760. But the monthly payment would be about $110 less a month than what it would be with the monthly mortgage insurance option. But I always look at the total cost over the life of the loan as well. And when you look at having that higher interest rate, the difference in interest that you would pay over the life of the loan is pretty significant. So basically almost $40,000 difference. So this isn't an option that I recommend. Sometimes it does make sense to do it just because it keeps that monthly payment down, but when you start getting over like a 0.25% spread and the rate difference, that type of thing, it usually doesn't pencil out as well. So anyways, hope this is useful to you guys, and then any questions on any of it, definitely give me a call. Again, my number is 425-698-2917. Again, 425-698-2917. Look forward to talking to you guys. Thanks. Bye.